This is the deadliest service ace. Many of you guys are using the TIMESKIP oikawa in the wrong way. Some of you guys are struggling to hit the rainbow or don't even know how to set or receive. So today, I'll be giving you guys the best guide ever for TIMESKIP oikawa. In just 5 minutes, you will become pro in setting, dumping, and learn his deadliest power serve. But before that, many of you guys haven't subscribed yet, so please subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so first, there are 4 stages to become pro as TIMESKIP oikawa. We're gonna start on topmost all the way down to the bottom. So for our first stage is the key. The key of TIMESKIP oikawa is to look at his stats. As you can see here, the max stats for this style is jump, serve, and set, meaning this type of style is a setter and service ace. What makes this style special is because of his rainbow stats. His stats on the serve is connected to the secret special, where if you hit this extra skill, you can knock off your enemy with this serve. Now for this stage 2, learning the basics of TIMESKIP Okazu. The best way to learn basics is to go to the practice mode first. Remember, if you have friend, it is much more better so you can practice your lineup together. So first, let's start off with the serving. Just press 1 so you can start off your serving practice. I want you to practice first hitting the rainbow scale. Don't mind if you don't hit your serve, it doesn't matter. Then once you're good at it, you can start with the most basic serving technique, which is no glide. I recommend you to use your ship lock on this for your aiming. Don't rush the ball too much so you don't hit too low on your serving. Once you're comfortable with it, you can start aiming with your serve. After that, you have finally learned how to serve properly with this style. Setting with this is quite tricky than Taicho or TIMESKIP Kagayama, but don't worry, I got you covered for this. So you know, this style is a bit slower than those two, so you have to get used to his setting first. The direction of your setting will always rely on your aim, so basically it determines on how you look on it. My trick here is to rely on your cursor point to aim it properly. I don't recommend you to glide when setting because it's too hard to do it and you're likely to miss aiming. So all you have to do most of the time is to position yourself first, then jump set. And lastly, for the spike, most of you basically already know it how to do it, especially you monkeys. But remember, as a TIMESKIP oikawa, you will only spike when you are close to net because you are not a spiker but a setter and service ace. So your job is to set most of the time, but there are times that you have to make yourself unpredictable. So the way to surprise them is to dunk it down with spike. So if you're following well along with your basics, leave a like. Now let's proceed to the stage 3, how to maximize. Since we are on the 3rd stage of becoming pro with TIMESKIP oikawa or Okazu, how do you maximize your serving and setting? First, when you serve, you must serve as fast as you can hit it and be unpredictable by doing hits. By flicking your aim, you give no signs to your enemy on where you serve it. Most players predict the direction by where they look, but if you flick it like this, you can surprise them. Plus, always position yourself to the center so it's harder for them to predict on where you serve it. As always, do this on practice mode so you can maximize your serving skills. How about for setting Chrisu? It's also similar, just don't look directly and flick it. Remember that your setting direction is determined on where your camera look at, but not your avatar. This is important for tributers because it gives you option to set to the best spiker. One more thing, you are guaranteed to win as TIMESKIP Okazu or oikawa if you serve on the high ping players because it's nearly impossible for them to receive it. Now let's proceed to the most exciting stage at all, stage 4, the deadliest tech. There are 3 deadly techs that you didn't know about TIMESKIP oikawa. Let's start with the easiest and yet effective deadly tech, which is the magnetic dunk tech. Magnetic dunk tech is the simplest deadly tech that you can do and it works most of the time against player. The only thing you have to do is to drag the ball and glide towards the net and dunk it. You can play around with this tech like gliding sideways, delay it, or immediately spike it when it's free. It's super easy to do, unlike those other 2 deadly techs. And now for the second deadliest tech, which is the redirectional jump. This tech allows you to bait your enemy when you're serving or even with your dump spike. Although redirectional is not as easy as magnetic since you need a lot of practice before you do this in rank. And for our last but most deadliest tech of all time, the rainbow curve tech. This tech is mixing your rainbow serve with a curve spike ability, and I'm telling you right now, this is nearly impossible to receive, so this deadliest tech guarantees you a score when you do this properly. So this is the example of the deadliest tech rainbow curve serve. Now that you have finished all the stages, congrats because you have become pro with TIMESKIP Oikawa. You can try to become pro as well with TIMESKIP Kageyama or with all secret style. If you enjoyed this best guide, please do subscribe. As always, a fellow summer says, to God be the glory.